It's goody, what's goody, Divine? Say, check it out though. If you don't know me, I'm Xane up, man. It's Xane up with an X now. I cut the Z out of it, you know what I mean? All glory to God, and anything I can do to help lead anybody that I led into darkness back into the light, that's what I'm trying to do. Even if it's just one person, you feel me, in the kingdom, that's worth 1,000 or 10,000, you know what I mean? So check it out. I'm gonna go over a few things. I'm from Austin, Texas. Lubbock, Texas is home though. It's been home since I was a young kid. When I first moved to West Texas, we was in Plainview. We was the only Mexicans in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? What's it called? Hence the reason that I can reach anybody. You know what I'm saying? Of course, my occupation is film photography and music production. Before I met Jesus, before I met God, it was all that I knew, it was all that I loved. You know what I'm saying? Now it's not all that I got, man. Now I got Jesus. I got the love of Christ, and it's amazing, because if you know a little bit of my story, man, you know I was a bit wretched. You know what I'm saying? What's it called? A big shout out to my boy Animo Del Rey. Here from RGV. You know what I'm saying? The Rio Grande Valley. We're in Edinburgh, Texas right now. You know what I mean? God's got me out here doing some awesome things. We've been dropping videos like crazy. It's just super fun. Shout out to Flock, shout out to Gabriel G. And man, we got a lot of things going on right now, man, but it's all for God's glory, not our own. How I came to Christ. So in 2020, I had met another drug. It's kind of hard for me to talk about, but I feel that I need to talk about it in order for people to understand me like I understand them. Hence the reason one of the reasons I can reach anybody is because I've been there. I was that grimy, messed up, jacked up, dope head that all that I am. I was running studio sessions out of hotels, grimy hotels. I'm talking Texas Motor Inn, Coronado Inn, and La Quinta on Avenue Q in Lubbock, you know what I mean? Even Camelot Inn in Amarillo, you know what I'm saying? I had to do a session or a couple sessions every day in order to pay for my fix and in order to pay for my hotel room the next day. I lived that life for 2 years, but like I said, I met that other drug in 2020. I think it was March 2020, something of that sort, February or March. It was one of I think my first week in on this was whenever Lubbock first got shut down for COVID. It was wild, man. I mean, I remember I was riding in a Stolo simply because I didn't want to just be out walking the streets with this COVID thing going on. I got kids, man. You know what I mean? I think it was December 15th, 2020. I came down, I might have went through like a 10-day binge. You know what I'm saying? There was a video on Facebook Live of me getting stomped out by somebody that I thought was my boy. You know what I'm saying? And the reason for that was because that person had sold me some drugs that was cut with another drug that I'd never done before. You know what I'm saying? And whether he knew it or not, it like really messed me up. I think what it was cut with was fentanyl. So whenever I called dude out on it after me waking up the next day, he pulled up on me. I couldn't even walk straight, yo. Hence, I got stomped out on Facebook Live. Oh man. Talk about it, the most embarrassing moment of my life. Anyways, that's not what we're about. That's not what this is about. You know what I mean? I was just giving a little bit of my story. You know what I'm saying? I forgive that person. You know what I'm saying? If he walked in that door right now, I would embrace him and edify him because, I forgive him and I love him. You know what I'm saying? Whether he knew it or not, that's what went down with me. You know what I'm saying? I think that was December 5th. And so after I got out of the hospital, because after the fight I did overdose. I overdosed two times in 2020. One on meth and the other one on that fentanyl stuff. You know what I mean? It was bad, man. It was a sad day for Xane Up. You know what I mean? One of the most embarrassing moments of my life. But honestly, if that wouldn't have happened to me, I don't think I'd be where I'm at right now. I'd probably be still stuck in that addiction or dead or worse, you know. What's it called? So I remember waking up in the morning to the hotel. I'm at Coronado Inn. I'm at Coronado Inn in Lubbock, down the street from the Texas Motor Inn. And what's it called? The hotel owner. Just keep on until I answer the door, cause you know, I was out. What's it called? I think I went 7 to 10 days without sleep or without food or without anything like that. You know what I mean? I was not a regular person, man. And I remember waking up in the morning, and I think the room was $40 and all I had was $30 to my name. You know what I'm saying? So I gave that to the hotel owner, and she's kind of just looking at me in disgust and like, look, I mean, I see you're trying, but if you don't have my $10 by 5 p.m., you're gonna have to get out. You know what I'm saying? So what's it called? I shut the door, I racked my brain. I remember going to the restroom to wash up, and there was dry blood on my nose, and yeah, there was dry blood on my nose. So I began to weep. I began to cry, and I began to call out to God for help, because I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to get back out there in the streets in Lubbock. Everybody kind of knows who I am, so I gotta hide whenever I was in them situations. I can't just be out in the open. First off, I owed a lot of people money and stuff like that. So I remember something just clicked in my head to call a homeboy that I knew was a man of God, and what's it called? Brother Five. You know, my mom. What's it called? I reached out to him to see if he could cash at me that $10 so I could pay for my room. I wouldn't have to be in the streets. And he told me, in a nutshell, he said, look, he understood, because I was at a point, where I didn't even know what was real and what was just in here and what was a drug. The night before that, I think I went live on Facebook with the caption, I'm getting raided right now, because in my mind, there was a bunch of cops and stuff outside of my room trying to come in on me, you know what I'm saying? So I got like all of my dope, because that's also what I did for, I needed to support my own habit, and I also, you know, I needed the money to pay for the rooms, and people wasn't really just coming to me for music like that, because I was so out there at the time. What's it called? He said, Xane, I'm not, you know, I can't enable you, bro, but what I will do is I'll send you a confirmation number to a bus ticket to go to a rehab, or a type of rehab. So I was just so desperate to get out of the life and out of the mindset that I was in. You know what I'm saying? Forgive me if I start to tear up or anything. It's because, what's it called? I mean, it was a tough life, yo. Xane went through it. You know what I'm saying? Man, I remember them days like it was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I'm just so happy to be free from that. So anyways, Five said, he said, you know, send me the bus ticket and I'll go. So I graciously accepted it. You know what I'm saying? I found a ride to go to the bus station. I remember on the way to the bus station, I was really upset because I didn't have another choice. I had to do this, but I ain't really just know what to expect. I've never been to no kind of rehab or nothing like that, so I'm crying like a baby. I'm like out of my mind, you feel me? I did not know what to expect. I'm all tweaking, coming down. I mean, I had a night's rest before. It might not have been a full night's rest, but I got some rest, and there wasn't a lot of that going on in my life at the time, you know what I mean? So what's it called? We get to the Greyhound in Lubbock, and I remember getting out the car and I'm crying, and jeez, I didn't know what to expect. I was scared out of my mind. I'm finna go to, or in my mind, I'm thinking I'm on my way to a rehab facility that you check yourself into on some government funded type stuff. I remember the first bus that I got, it was like 3 in the afternoon when I got on the bus, or when I got to the Greyhound. The first bus was 2 hours late. So on the bus from Lubbock to Dallas, it broke down. We broke down on the side of the highway, the first bus, and what's it called? It was pretty much, we're just gonna wait until the bus starts, you know what I'm saying? So We were there for, I think, an hour or two. So we shot off to Dallas, and when we finally got to Dallas, we had missed the first bus that we transferred from. So I had to stay the night in the Dallas Greyhound. Had all my studio equipment, and you know what I'm saying, I'd already pawned my camera. I ain't have really a choice, you know what I mean? Like, I pawned my camera, like, you feel me? You know Xane was bad if he had to pawn the camera. Anyways, well, long story short, it took me 2 days to get to Alice, Texas. Alice, Texas is maybe 9 hours away from Lubbock, and it took me 2 days to get there. The enemy was working really hard to keep me from getting there, you know what I'm saying? And but at least whenever I did get there, I was already came down for a couple days. So the guys at the home, at the group home that I was at, they never saw me like that. They didn't have to see Xane up all jacked up. Anyways, so I realized when I finally got to Alice, we pulled up to what looked like a regular house. You know what I'm saying? And I remember the first thing I saw when I pulled up was Kingdom Music logo on the front of the house. That's when I started to realize, dang, this dude done put a fast one on me. I didn't go to this place to let God find me or to find God or anything. I went to this place to learn how to live without drugs. You know what I'm saying? Man, let me tell you though, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. Best thing that I ever did. Best decision I ever made. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's it called? Couldn't have my cell phone. Wasn't allowed to have any electronics, but I remember Pastor Paul, he's the one that runs this group home. He had let me keep my laptop and my microphone. And I remember the laptop, only half of the screen worked. The other half was busted. It was a straight meth setup, oh my God. But he let me keep it because they saw that I was in pain and all that I really had was my music. And I was a worldly artist at the time, you know what I'm saying? But what's it called? All they listened to when we got there was Kingdom Music and stuff like that. And what's it called? I realized what it was as soon as I got there, because they formed a circle around me and we prayed and stuff like that. And automatically I'm thinking, yeah, I am out of here. This is not what I expected. But I mean, long story short, I did submit my life to God. I did give my life to God. You know what I'm saying? I was leaning on my own understanding for quite a while, but what's it called? Even while I was there for the couple weeks that I was there that first time, we did some music with some brothers in the home. They, like even the pastor got on the song. We shot a music video to it with an iPhone 12. And if you know anything about photography and stuff like that, iPhone 12s actually will shoot you in 4K at 60 frames per second. And camera mumbo jumbo, excuse me. I talk like y'all know what I'm talking about. But what's it called? We shot that video, we did that song, and I think like 2 days later I left. I got frustrated and I left. You feel me? I came to the valley. I went to San Benito, Texas with my grandma, and I bought a car because I had a stimulus check in my account that I wasn't expecting. So what's it called? I remember, I was looking for work. It wasn't even working with gospel artists and nothing like that. I just needed content. I was eager to work. So I remember I typed in on Facebook, you know, Harlingen's right next to San Benito. And I typed in San Benito rappers and nothing came up. Nothing that was worth anything anyway. So I typed in Harlingen rappers, and the first person name that came up was Animo Del Rey. Animo Del Rey, and he just so happened to be a gospel artist too. You feel me? I found his real name, just basically going off the posts and stuff like that. So I reached out to him, let him know I was eager to work, and let him know I just gave my life to God and I was eager to work. We met up, I think that day. You feel me? It was New Year's Eve. It was New Year's Eve going into 2021. So we worked and we had a good time, and he had, before I headed that way, he had asked me if I had plans for New Year's. I told him I didn't. He said that he needed help serving at this church, this big church he was a part of, and he was in charge of media. You know what I'm saying? And that I felt, dang, that's no coincidence either. You know what I'm saying? What's it called? He showed me some things, I showed him some things. We shot the music video, and what's it called? I served. I did all this. Met the pastors there. They were cool. I think they felt it on me. But I remember when I left. What's it called? Maybe I should or should not say it, but I'm gonna say this anyways. I remember when I left, I went to this convenience store down the street. What's it called? I got some Swishers. I rolled up some pot. You know what I'm saying? I just left a church service. You know what I'm saying? And and it was New Year's Eve, so anybody that was out and about was obviously looking to party type stuff. And I remember there was this guy parked next to me, and it looked like he was either coming from partying or on his way to party. So I remember asking him, hey, if he could score me 100 of some powder. I just left the service. I just left the church service. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just around a bunch of really mighty men of God, and I just shot my first gospel video outside of what I'm doing, and no, hombre, it was my own understanding, right? Anyways, but I remember before, so the guy had said, he gave me his number, and he said for me to text him so he can get it for me, and we can link up, we can meet up and get my stuff. I'm staying with my grandma at the time, so when he drove off, before I drove off, remember lighting up my blunt. And I just felt convicted. I felt like, dang, you're really gonna do powder here? You just left men's home. You just left a church service, and you're gonna really do some powder here, and grandma's gonna see? You're gonna let your grandma see you like that? So I said no. So before I drove off from the convenience store, I remember blocking that person's number. So he couldn't let me know where to meet or what to do or anything like that. You know what I mean? So I did that. I mean, that was, success, right? I mean, I was this close to, you know what I mean? Anyways, what's it called? The next day I'm riding. I just bought this little Mustang with a drop top, this old Mustang. I bought it for $400. It ran good, AC worked. I mean, didn't have no title, but at least I had me a little slide, you know what I mean? Didn't have tags or anything, so I think I'm taking my first ride in it by myself without my grandma following me or whatever. And I got pulled over. And they checked me for warrants. I had a warrant back in Lubbock, so boom, arrested, taken into Cameron County. I'm there for 2 weeks, waiting for Lubbock to extradite me. On that 10th working day, they call me, tell me I'm headed out, that I'm on my way home. I'm thinking that means I'm getting out and I'm being released because it's the 10th working day and Lubbock didn't come for me. Heck no, they're waiting for me at the door. Boom, right back in shackles. So they put me in shackles from the knees to the arms in the back of a Lubbock County van, and it's a 10-hour drive or more. You know what I mean? And I'm in the back just all shackled up and in pain, and I'm mad. I'm super mad. We get to Lubbock, and boom, right back into the craziness. But that I feel like now that was God's way of, because God knew what I was about to do. God knew that I was about to relapse. God knew that I was about to mess up everything that He worked so hard on me. So He sat me down. You know what I'm saying? I think I was in there for 3 months, thinking I'm gonna be in there a week, and I'm in there for 3 months. It's the longest I'd ever been in jail. I didn't have money on my books. I didn't have no one to really call or comfort me or nothing like that, besides my partner 5 and besides Pastor Paul from Victoria's Frontline. I began to be a bug, so I just stopped calling them. You know what I mean? I had to go through that alone. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I mean, I guess everybody gets closer to God in jail. But at this particular time, I gave my life to God before the jail thing. You know what I'm saying? So it was different. It was different this time. It sucked because I can't be in Lubbock or go anywhere or do anything without somebody recognizing me for something bad, or mostly something bad, or my music, my worldly music, and at this point I'm not a worldly artist anymore. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I got out on April 1st. I went in on New Year's, and I got out April 1st, and what's it called? Just pretty much just thrown back into the fire. Like, oh man, it was crazy. I remember my boy Eddie Xane picked me up, was because I got dropped off downtown at the city bus by the county, in the Lubbock County van, and so I'm walking around trying to find Wi-Fi downtown Lubbock, and I finally found some Wi-Fi. I don't remember where I was, but it was across the street from the city bus, and the first person I think of to call is my boy Eddie Xane. Eddie Xane is a really good friend of mine. What's it called? We have a lot of similarities. We fought the same battle, and you know what I'm saying? And he's on the opposite side of the tracks, you know what I'm saying? My boy's a worldly man, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, he picked me up without hesitation, picked me up, and I remember my third stimulus check was in my account when I got out of jail. So think about it, after an addict was just in jail for 3 months and then get out and there's $1,500 in the account, you know what I'm saying? What you think I'ma do? You know what I'm saying? Like, so bro was trying to avoid that. He didn't want to take me to no drug hotel or no messed up place, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not just trying to spend $100 because I'm trying to get my stuff together and this and that and this and that. Anyways, what's it called? I'm gonna end this session with this. What's it called? See, that was April 1st. Today is September 2nd. Today's September 2nd. I mean, look at your boy, man. You feel me? It's all that's over. All that's over. Like it's over, and I'm happy, and I got the joy of the Lord in me. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people watching me right now, but I don't want them to know about. I don't want them to just. It's not about me. It's not about my name. It's about the glory of God. It's about what Jesus did on the cross for us. You feel what I'm saying? I'm dropping a lot of music right now, but and it looks better than what it is. You feel me? I ain't even got a bill in my pocket right now. You feel me? But it's not about that. I will be blessed. I'm going home. Today's Thursday, September 2nd. I'm going back to the hub Sunday, at least for a week or two, to deal with my kids and what's it called? Got a new lady and stuff like that. She's a woman of God, not just you feel me? But I don't know, man. I've been praying for a lot of these things, and they're finally starting to happen. You feel me? I really feel like when I get back to the hub and I sleep on the couch, you know what I'm saying? I ain't just, it looks better than what it is, for sure. But God is God's been working in my life. He's working on me. I'm humbled, you feel me? Because I've been that guy. This is the first time I've been in a hotel room since I've been out of my addiction. You feel me? And I'd never been in a hotel room not lit, not on drugs, not with something crazy on my mind, or you feel me? And I've been here in the valley in the Rio Grande Valley for 10 days, something like that, in hotel rooms, grimy hotel rooms, you feel me? And I was pissed about that at first. I was mad about that, you feel me? Excuse my language. What's it called? God's still working on me, I'm still working on the taming my tongue part, you feel me? What's it called? I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm comfortable, you know what I mean? I'm good. I'm straight. I ain't had no. If I'd have been in Lubbock, it might have been a little bit scarier, because what do I look like walking out of Executive or Coronado in Lubbock doing what I'm doing? What do I really look like? You feel me? And sometimes a man needs his alone time. You feel me? I ain't got the money to go get me a room at the whatever. You feel me? I ain't got the bread to do that, and I'm banned for life from Motel 6 in the hub and Wood Springs and Red Roof, and there's a lot of stuff, bro. Your boy was on one, you feel me? I don't got nothing on my hip right now, You feel me? I don't need that. I don't got nothing on my hip when I get back to the hub. I am covered by the blood of Jesus. I don't even need that. And I still got people that looking at me like an enemy, but they're not my enemies. Those are my former enemies. I'm praying for all you guys. You feel me? What's it called? I ramble. Please excuse me. Anyway, so I'm gonna just end it like this. What's it called? If God can do what he's doing for me, as grimy and jacked up as I was, he can do it for you too. Amen. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to press on and move forward, and I know there's a lot of worldly artists hitting me up because they haven't seen me focus like this in a long time, and I really need the money too, but I can't compromise anymore. Every time that I did compromise because I needed the money, something weird would happen. You feel me? God's gonna take care of that and everything else. Just because I can't work with you right now don't mean we're not gonna work with each other again. Y'all gonna be on this side too, you heard me? All of y'all, you feel me? Straight up, man. I know Jesus is gonna do something in y'all life, and y'all ain't even gonna be able to stop it. That's what Five told me when I shot his music video for him in, I think it was 2017, 2016, something like that. Feel me? And I was very worldly, you feel me? And he was right, man. He was right. There's a reason that all that went down like that. You feel me? What's it called now, bros? We starting to see the fruits from that. You know what I mean? Like, real talk, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. So right now I'm in the Valley. We're doing a lot of music. We're putting out a lot of videos. I'm also working on an album with my boy Flox, man. What's it called? This album, we haven't just completely decided on the name, but off top, I'm thinking the name of the album will be Only Jesus. Straight up. That's it. Only Jesus. You know what I'm talking about? What's it called? You'll notice that on the last few videos that I've dropped, it ends with them words. Only Jesus. It ain't about us. We are mere vessels. You feel me? We're willing vessels, but we're just vessels, man. What's it called? My hopes for the future. If I don't touch at least 20, 30, 40,000 souls by the end of the year, I'm doing something wrong. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not doing this wrong. You feel me? I'm really giving it my whole heart. There's no more anything that's hindering that in my life anymore. I still struggle with some things, but I'm over the drugs. I honestly feel like all them demons that was stuck up here is honestly, they're gone. You feel me? Straight up, bro. Like, I feel like they gone. You feel me? And the only way to let them back in is to open up that door for them. You feel me? And your boy ain't gonna do that. You feel me? Jesus is y'all ever seen that picture where Jesus is standing over him like this, and there's knives and all kinds of stuff in Jesus' back while you're just being protected? Feel me? That I'm being protected right now. And people still talking, saying what God's doing for me right now, he can do it for you too. I was grimy, I was wretched, I was that bad person, you feel me? And I'm praying for everybody, all my former enemies and this and that and this and that. You are my former enemies. You feel me? If I've been shot, I've been hurt, I've been stabbed, I've been all kinds of stuff, I forgive you. Please forgive me too. You feel me? If you don't forgive me, Jesus forgives me, so I know I'm going to be good. Say, man, what's it called? Shout out to Kanye West. I'm proud of you. Keep on going. One way or another, it is a step. You feel me? It's a step in the right direction. Amen. Anyways, we're gonna slide out like that in Jesus' name, man. Pray for your boy. I'm praying for you too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.